running down to the trainers. I think she maybe has some blood on a finger or needs taped up there. She's looking at her right hand, and Doherty will get taped up and then back into action, I would think. There's a shot on the way. It's no good, and Big Bend with the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. It will be Big Bend basketball. Allen unable to hit either. And so it remains 4-4, 4 minutes in. We had a low-scoring opener in which Centralia led Columbia Basin 27-18 at half, but the Hawks from Pasco, Washington rallied back to win that one by 15. We've only had one close game. There's another three that's missed by Big Bend. That was the fourth game in which Bellevue and Mount Hood played a tremendous basketball game. Bellevue ended up winning 61-57. Thrower couldn't get it to go, so the Chokers are also struggling, and in the backcourt, the foul is going to be on either Kidder or Brisboe. It's on Kidder. It's her first and the third foul now on the Chokers. And so back to Big Bend. We're still at 4-4. Thrower has all four for the Chokers, and Doherty and Groning with two each. And Doherty is taped up, and she's going to try to come back in the game. Another three that misfired for the Vikings, and here come the Chokers from left to right. A three on the way by Brisboe. That's not good. Boy, neither team can hit anything. Both teams getting the shots they like, and now they call a kick on Grace Harbor, and Big Bend with 3:09 remaining will bring it in. Vikings with a jumper from the right baseline by Garrity, missed. And Grace Harbor at the 3-minute mark. Nobody stopped Thrower, and that's an easy basket. She has all six. And it's 6-4. And a steal. And now Grace Harbor wants to run, and Martinez, I think, fouled Thrower on the way by. It is Sunny Martinez first, third foul. So back we go. Inbounding the basketball will be the Chokers. Pass inside, and the shot is up, and it's no good. Another long three by Big Bend, and they just cannot hit. Getting some looks, but just not having the success that they'd like here early on. And let's check the substitute into the game for Grace Harbor. It is Isabel Hernandez getting her first action. And an errant pass that time. And we remain 6-4 with 2 minutes to go in the first period. Big Bend hasn't been to the tournament in about 15 years. Grace Harbor was here last year and actually played a pretty good basketball game, losing to Skagit Valley 65-54. Kidder lost control of that one, and the Vikings have it, and a foul in the backcourt on either Hernandez or Thrower. Let's check it. It's going to be on Thrower. It's her first. That's the fourth foul, and a 30-second timeout. So 6-4 is our score. With the
soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
Well, 6-4, Grays Harbor on top of Big Bend. A slow starting basketball game for these two teams. Again, Grays Harbor here last year, but falling. Big Bend hasn't been to the tournament. In fact, the last time Big Bend was at the tournament, most of the players for Big Bend were about 3 years old. So obviously some tournament jitters as you would expect. And the Vikings and the Chokers both very cold from the floor, but a couple of free throws coming up as 5 fouls have been committed, and the free throw attempt by Allen is no good. And the second one finally goes. And it is 6-5. First point for Allen. Big Bend shooting 17% from the field. Grays Harbor shooting 19% from the field. And an offensive foul, I think, on Kidder, and that's her second. So 2 on Sand and Kidder. And over the limit is Everett, but that's an offensive foul. So back we go. Big Bend on offense have a chance to take the lead, and the shot is up and no good by Doherty. It was altered there, but the next shot up, and that missed as well. As we approach 1 minute, it remains 6-5, and the layup up not good that time by the Chokers, and the rebound is loose, and another Grays Harbor foul, and that's on Brisbane. That's her second. And a timeout has been called. 6-5 in favor of the Chokers, and we're back to Everett after this timeout.
Yo, ready to play?
EVCC trivia time. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? The answer, we have cutting edge technology and we'll teach you how to use it. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. Haley Garrity hits the first free throw to tie the game, third tie, but the Vikings unable to take the lead and remains 6-6, and yet another turnover by the Chokers. Final 55 seconds, and now coming in for Grays Harbor will be Destiny Sunchild. A 2-3 zone employed by Grays Harbor, and until Big Bend can show that they can make baskets from the deep outside, Grays Harbor will stay in this zone. Doherty kicking it out to Groningen, can't get it off, but on the other side, there's a three by Sonny Martinez. And it's 9-6. And at the other end, Thrower gets free. And she scores 9-8. So back to a 1-point game, final 15 seconds. And that one would not go. Actually, the three before was by Miranda Johnson, not Martinez. And clock running out, and they get a foul. A 3-shot foul. As the foul on Doherty, an ill-advised foul with 0.7 seconds remaining. And shooting three will be Hernandez. It is 9-8, Big Bend. A chance to tie or take the lead. And the free throw is good by Hernandez, who shoots 73%. Tied for the 4th time. This time at 9. And the second free throw is good, and Grays Harbor leads 10-9. Third lead change. And she hit all 3. It's 11-9, and that's the end of the first quarter. Grays Harbor by 2 after 1 in the NWAC championship. Jet City Roller Derby brings the sport of roller derby to Snohomish County. Tickets for Jet City's 11th season are now available with doubleheader bouts at Edmonds Community College. Featuring a family-friendly environment and a beer garden, find a skater handing out flyers to receive a discount off entry to the next bout. Second quarter action. 11-9, Grays Harbor. Big Bend with the basketball in the key, and the move up and in by Garrity. And we're tied for the 5th time. Big Bend really struggling from both the field and the free throw line in the first period, but early here in the second, they find themselves tied. And a 3-second violation on Doherty. And back it goes to the Chokers of Grays Harbor. 25-2 on the year. Only losses to Walla Walla, who will play next, and Lower Columbia, who has already won. There's a double pump move up and in by Isabel Hernandez. So off the bench, Hernandez has 5 points. 2-point lead for Grays Harbor. And for the lead, rims out no good and tipped out of bounds by Doherty. Misfiring was Groning. And back. Go the Chokers. 3 deep right corner, not good. It's loose, and it'll be a Grays Harbor basketball, as it was controlled by Big Bend, but the Big Bend player out of bounds, Leah Doherty. And so sitting down is Hernandez. Coming back in is Kidder with those 2 fouls. She'll have to be careful, Will Sandin. And on the inbounds pass, it's stolen away by Miranda Johnson. Ahead to Doherty. Leah spin in the key, got hammered. And the foul by Destiny Sunchild, her first, and the first foul of the quarter by Grays Harbor. And it will be Doherty to shoot a pair. And the first one is no good. Their struggles continue. 2 for 7 now from the line are the Vikings. She missed them both. And here comes Grays Harbor. Thrower to the basket and no contact. Ball came up short, and now here comes Big Ben. Johnson goes past her defender and then kicks it back out. Martinez into the key, and they give it to Johnson in the deep left corner, no good. Doherty with the rebound, yanks it away, and now it's Groning. And they'll reset now with 10 on the shot clock. The first shot didn't hit the rim, so it's the same shot clock for Big Ben. And they leave Groning open, and that's no good. And an offensive rebound again for Big Ben. They're getting a lot of those. And a new play call by the Vikings. Johnson goes past Kidder, puts it up and missed it. And the rebound down to Grays Harbor. They're getting a lot of good looks. They just can't seem to get anything to go. And it's 13-11 Grays Harbor with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Kidder spinning and leaves it off for Thrower. Back to Kidder underneath, and she laid it up and in. First two for Sandin Kidder, and it's 15-11 Jokers. And a traveling violation on Garrity. Driving is Sunchild, and she stepped out of bounds. Just 2 points for the Vikings in the first 3 minutes of this period. Basket by Haley Garrity. And Grays Harbor only has 4, so another low-scoring quarter, but long way to go in this one. Still 6:45 to go before half. It's 15-11. And that is Martinez, and she got it to go. And it's 15-14. Kidder steps back and knocks down a 2. So maybe they're starting to heat up now. It's 17-14. Grays Harbor. Gronig into the deep corner to Doherty, back to Callie. And Leah's gonna shoot a 3. No good, and the rebound to Alexis Thrower. Here come the Jokers, they wanna run. They don't have numbers, but Thrower kicks it out. And a traveling violation by Sikora. And back it goes to Big Ben with exactly 6 minutes to go in the period. Stay tuned. At halftime, we'll have interviews with the participants from our next game between Walla Walla and Highline. Comes your way at halftime of this one. Bouncing ball is running. Now Martinez fires another 3. That one they do not get the roll. And Kidder has the rebound for Grays Harbor. Sandin running it up. Going to go all the way to the basket and lay it up and in. Athletic move by Sandin Kidder. And it's a 5-point lead for Grays Harbor, 19-14. Martinez jumps it up from 15. She knocked it down. 5 for Sunny Martinez. And a timeout for Preston Wilkes. It comes with 5:27 to go. It's a media timeout here at Everett Community College. It's 19-16 Jokers.
Keith Appleton, Education Outreach Officer at STCU. I have been labeled as frugal. I'm more motivated by saving money than I am about spending money. I essentially have had the same vehicle for nearly half my life. It's absolutely practice what you preach. One of my passions is mountain biking, and one of the ways that I can afford to have a quality mountain bike is by cutting expenses in other areas of my life. STCU has given me an opportunity to share things that I've learned with the community. I'm Keith Appleton, and STCU is here for good.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for winter quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more. 5.5 to play in the half. And it's a 19-16 Grays Harbor lead over Big Bend. Alexis Thrower kicks it out, and from the corner, it's Estelle Wilson to knock it down. First two for Estelle, and it's 21-16. And Haley Garrity is called for a double dribble. And so, back it goes. To the Chokers, Kidder. And there's Wilson again, and a runner wouldn't go, and the rebound to Doherty of Big Bend. Martinez, crossover dribble, and into the corner it goes to Groning. Back to Martinez, and she'll set it up midway, well, 4:30 to go, and there's a steal by Estelle Wilson. 5-point edge for Grays Harbor. And a deep three, not good that time by Brisboe, but on the rebound, it's Thrower who couldn't get it to go, and Doherty has it in the backcourt for Big Bend. Vikings want to run. Garrity and Miranda Johnson, good. And it's 21-19, so the Vikings keeping it close here as Kidder leaves it off for Wilson, and she got the bounce. 4 for Estelle. It's 4-point lead for the Chokers. Groning past her defender and kicks it off to Miranda Johnson again. That one wouldn't go, but the rebound by Groning, and that's too hard off the heel of the rim. And a backcourt foul on Miranda. And I believe that'll be her second. It's the first team foul here in the quarter, but it is Miranda's second. It's a 23-19 lead for Grays Harbor. That long one would not go, and back the other way for the Vikings. A left-handed shot from the free throw line by Garrity wouldn't go that time, and back we go the other way to the Chokers and Kidder, and that is short. 3 minutes to half. 6-point lead for the, 4-point lead rather, for the Chokers. Martinez, a nice pass inside, but it's knocked away out of bounds, and it'll stay Big Bend basketball. We do have our guests from Highline, and we'll talk to them at halftime. And our guests from Walla Walla will follow. Gonna wipe up some perspiration underneath the basket near the baseline before Big Bend brings in. They tip it right back on a fine inbounds play, and Martinez gets the basket to cut it to 2. 23-21 in favor of Grays Harbor. And another deep three that wouldn't find the mark, and it's Martinez. And Allen, and back to Sunny, almost carried or double dribbled, but she maintained control. And Miranda Johnson, and a foul gonna be on Estelle Wilson, I think, and that's her second. And so now we have Brisboe, Wilson, and Kidder with 2 each. Or is that 3 on Wilson? It is. So that's the 3rd on Wilson, and she'll have to sit down. as we approach the 2-minute mark of the half. And Big Bend a chance to take the lead with a 3 or tie here with a 2. And driving and laying it up with the left hand is Miranda Johnson, and it would not go. And Kidder will run it down. She'll pull up and fire from 17, no good, but the offensive rebound by Hernandez, and she kicks it out. The shot up in the runner, that's no good by Brisboe, and the foul, I think, on Big Bend. And let's see who they call it on. Oh, they call it on Grace Harbor. And that's on Thrower, her second. So the Chokers with some foul trouble here in the final 2 minutes of the half. 23-21 is our score. Deep corner for the lead. Groning got it. Our fourth lead change, and all of a sudden, Big Bend leads. And underneath, the shot goes up. It's no good by Hernandez, and Big Bend has the lead and the ball as we approach the 1 minute mark. And laying it up and missing it that time is Groning. And here come the Chokers the other way. Long down court pass, and knocking it down is Thrower. Great pass by Kidder. Thrower has 10. The lead has changed hands 5 times. We've also had 5 ties. And there's a minute left. Driving and putting it up and missing it is Garrity, but she got fouled. So Haley, a 43% shooter at the free throw line, will have a pair. And the foul is on Hernandez, her first. But Grace Harbor with a lot of fouls in this half. And 2 shots coming for Garrity. And it's no good, the first one. Boy, Big Bend has really struggled from the line. Let's see if we can get you their unofficial mark. 2 of 9 from the strike. And Garrity's second one, it's no good as well. And the rebound by Kidder. And Big Bend trailing by 1. Grace Harbor the ball and the lead with 45 seconds to go before half. Kidder spinning into the left corner, still with her dribble. And Thrower driving on Martinez, goes right past her and lays it up and in. 12 points for Alexia Thrower. Her average is 26, and it's 27-24. And a deep 3 for the tie by Martinez. It's no good. And the rebound put up and in by Allen, her first 2. And the shot clock is off. 10 seconds on the game clock. 27-26 is our score. So the last possession will belong to Thrower, who lays it up and in. And it is 29-26, and that is the way the first half ends. Grace Harbor 29, Big Bend 26. We have halftime interviews coming up right after we take this timeout.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them, and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
Well, we welcome you back to Everett Community College halftime. Grace Harbor 29 and Big Bend 26, joined by our Highline Thunderbirds, who will play the next game against Walla Walla. Peyton Perrion next to me and Eileen Kay next to her. you got in, you beat Centralia, you're here. Got to be really happy for the school to get the Thunderbirds into the tournament.
Yes, it was very exciting when we won. It was a great team win that we had against Centralia.
Well, and Eileen, it's been team all year for you guys. Always somebody stepping up to get to that 4th spot. And boy, Grays Harbor really took the West by storm, and you can always count on Lower Columbia and Centralia. So it's a tough region to get through, and fortunately for you guys, here you are.
Yep. We're just happy to be here. I mean, we've been working really hard, and I know that nobody really expected much out of us, so it was really good for us to get here and prove to people that we deserve to be here and that we have the talent to play with these teams.
Well, obviously a big win over Centralia, who came in as a higher seed than you, so that's got to open some people's eyes. You have a matchup against the top seed from the East, Walla Walla. What have you found out about them? What do you plan to do against them?
We found out they have a really high percentage in shooting, so our goal is to stop them from shooting from the three-point line because they're very successful right there.
Eileen, other thoughts on the opponent tonight?
I noticed that they move a lot, so we just have to make sure that we don't lose our people that we're guarding.
Well, it's always good to play great defense, whether it's a man or a zone, and maybe we'll see both of that tonight with you guys against Walla Walla. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, ladies, and best luck tonight against Walla Walla. And again, our guests tonight, Peyton Perry and Eileen Kay, thank you so much for coming by.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're back with some more interviews after this timeout.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
That's good.
Well, welcome back to Everett Community College halftime. Grays Harbor over Big Bend, 29-26. I'm joined by Walla Walla Community College's Jade Skidmore and Kaylee Dietrich-Denton. Thanks so much for stopping by. The number 1 seed from the East. Jade, we'll start with you. You came up a little bit short last year. You got to the final game and actually extra time in the final game. And maybe something to prove this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's been our whole focus this whole year. So just getting back here, we're excited and we're ready.
Kaylee, want to talk to you about being a freshman on this team. You weren't here last year, and so your first opportunity. Jade and some other sophomores have played here. What have they talked to you about being in this tournament, playing in this gym, things like that?
You know, since the beginning of the season, they've always told us to buy in because we're going to that championship and we're going to win. You know, so to buy in early, and that's just been the focus of our entire season. And coming into this gym, it's been exciting because this is what we've worked for all season long, and we're all excited.
Well, just one loss on the year. It came very, very early. You're on a pretty good streak. Everybody's 0-0 when you get to this point, and we play Highline in a couple of hours, or actually about an hour from now. What do you know about Highline, and what will the plan be against them?
Our main focus is just boxing out. We know that they have a big girl, and she gets some offensive rebounds and some putbacks, so I think that's our main focus, is just getting on the O boards.
And that'll be partly on you as well as a post player inside for the Warriors.
That's our one job tonight, box out.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us. We wish you best of luck against Highline tonight. Jade Skidmore and Kaylee Dietrich-Denton, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, we're back with the second half of our basketball game between Grays Harbor and Big Bend right after this timeout.
Historic. Unique. Exciting. As challenges continue to test the mettle of Americans, your community has to depend on willing citizens just like you to answer the call and respond to local disasters and other times of crisis. You may be surprised to find out who we are and what we do. In fact, it could actually be your story too. The Air National Guard.
From the arrival of the first colonies in the New World until today, communities across America have depended on their own local patriotic citizens to be available for extraordinary challenges as a part-time militia guard. For over 300 years, they have been in every war and rushed to the scene of every natural disaster. At the turn of the 20th century, when airplanes were used for various military needs, the state National Guard units flew for domestic use as well as preparing for wartime needs.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
It soon became clear that the professional use of aircraft was very important to the United States. After World War II, Congress created the United States Air Force and transformed the aviation units at local guard units into the Air National Guard. Now, in more than 130 communities across the United States, the Air National Guard covers a wide variety of jobs, nearly 200 part-time and full-time career opportunities. Each location can host any number of unique missions, and each one of these missions includes many exciting jobs waiting for you to master.
As our name suggests, air means you could be involved with aviation efforts, including space and cyberspace, volunteering for both state and federal needs. An excellent example is the Combat Air Patrol mission. The units assigned to this vital mission have fighters that are on alert, ready to scramble at a moment's notice, protecting local communities from aircraft entering unauthorized airspace. But not just pilots are involved. Munition specialists, aircraft mechanics, and airfield operations specialists are needed to keep these missions flying.
Nowadays, everything is very high quality electronics and very digitized. So what I do is I maintain and make sure these F-16s have the correct components, have the highest upgraded digital systems installed.
In recent years,
be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also, visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. Mike Tatko back with you from Everett Community College Game 6 of the tournament, and it's a halftime, and it is Big Bend trailing Grays Harbor by a score of 29-26. It was 11-9 after 1 in favor of Grays Harbor, but they outscored Big Bend 18-17 in the second period. Or rather, Grays Harbor outscored Big Bend 18-17, so it's 29-26. Estelle Wilson has 4 for the Chokers, 14 for Alexia Thrower, 5 for Isabel Hernandez, and 6 for Sandon Kidder. 7 in the game for Sunny Martinez for Big Bend, 3 for Haley Garrity, 3 for Emily Allen, 2 for Leah Doherty, 6 for Miranda Johnson, and 5 for Callie Groning. So 29-26 as we begin the third period. And Grays Harbor from left to right as we look at it here. High above the court at Everett Community College. And the inside move is blocked, and so it goes back down now to Big Bend from right to left in the blue jerseys. It is Miranda Johnson leaving it off inside, and the basket is up and good by Garrity. And it's 29-28. The winner gets Everett tomorrow at 6 o'clock in what could be a dandy. Everett with a 102-77 win over Clackamas. Kidder got fouled by Groning. First on Callie. And the first team foul. And Kidder got free, and she knocked down a shot from the right baseline. She has 8, and it's 31-28. Groning at the other end will kick it into the key, and Garrity put it up, missed it, got her own rebound, put it up again, and that went. So 2 quick baskets for Haley Garrity, and it's 31-30. And Kidder, boy, she's tough. 13.3 points a game for Sandon Kidder, and she has 10, and it's a 3-point lead. And Miranda Johnson couldn't get it to go, but there is Garrity, and now a 3 on the way by Martinez, and good. And we are knotted for the 6th time, 33 apiece. Alexia Thrower. A little too hard. Vikings want to run, and they get Kidder, and that's going to be her 3rd if that's who they call it on. And so Grays Harbor with some foul trouble. Estelle Wilson has 3. Kidder has 3. Thrower has 2. Brisboe has 2. And Groning, a 64% free throw shooter, has not been there yet tonight. And that's short. And I tell you, Big Bend really struggling. 2 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. Grays Harbor 3 of 5. She got the 2nd. And Big Bend has the lead. 6th lead change, 34-33. 7:50 to go. Walla Walla and Highline next. And then Skagit Valley and Lane to close out our first day of action. And it's good again. Miranda Johnson. And it's a 4-point Big Bend lead, their largest, and the shot went up and no good by Brisboe. It's loose, and here come the Vikings. They want to run some more. Doherty kicking it. Martinez for 3. That wouldn't go. And here come the chokers, and it's Thrower off to Kidder, and she puts it up from the right baseline. And it's back to a 2-point game, 37-35. Both these teams running like we thought they would, and some of the shots starting to fall now. Heating up a little bit after that 11-9 first quarter. Doherty to the basket, good. 4 for Leah. And Vikings lead at 39-35. Kidder. And a deep 3 by Brisboe, no good. And the rebound comes down to Garrity and a foul. And if that's on Thrower, that's going to be her 3rd. And it's a timeout. 6:13 in the 3rd, and Big Bend leads by 4.
Not bad, Trent.
EVCC trivia time, fans. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? The answer? We have fun. With sports, live music, and more, you'll never want to leave. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. 6:13 to go in the third, and Big Bend finds themselves up by 4 with the basketball. They've had a hot third quarter. They've scored 13 points to just 6 for Grace Harbor, but they turn it over there. And it's gonna go back to the Chokers. The winner gets Everett tomorrow at 6. The loser done for the season. Columbia Basin, Umpqua, Lower Columbia, and Bellevue have already qualified for the quarterfinals. And a foul, I think it's on Garrity. Let's wait and see. I'll hold. Or did they call it away from the ball? They called it on Groning underneath. It's her first and the second team. Both teams have 2 team fouls. And all alone underneath is Kidder, and she missed it, but she got her own rebound and put it up and in. Wow, she was so wide open. I think she was surprised. But she got the rebound and laid it in. Big Bend swings it around. Martinez missed the 3, but on the offensive rebound, she missed the 2. And Kidder with the rebound. Chance for a tie for the Chokers, and it's Thrower who knocks it down. She has 16. Thrower 16, Kidder 14. That is 30 of the 39 in the basketball game were tied for the 7th time. This has the makings of the similar game to the Bellevue game against Mount Hood, in which Bellevue won 61-57. We've only had 2 really competitive games, although the Columbia Basin game against Centralia was close until the very end. Estelle Wilson knocks it down, and all of a sudden, Grace Harbor on a little bit of a run here. They lead. Our 7th lead change, 41-39. Chokers with the lead, 4:45 to go, third period. Doherty, post to post, and laying it up and missing it that time is Garrity. And back the other way. Estelle Wilson to Kidder and knocked out of bounds, and it will stay. And there is a timeout on the court with 4:14 to play in the third period. Our score, Grace Harbor 41, Big Bend 39.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight. You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings. Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? See ya! Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Four minutes, 14 seconds remain, and we want to tell you that Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for the winter quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more. Kidder from the right baseline rolls it home. She got the bounce there, did Sandin. And all of a sudden, Grace Harbor has a 4-point lead. It's an 8-0 run for the Chokers. They were down 39-35. And now Johnson, a deep 3. It's too hard off the iron, and the rebound comes down to Angela Sikora. So the Chokers at the 4-minute mark. And another basket by Thrower. And they're starting to hit their stride now. It's a 6-point lead for Grays Harbor. Johnson driving past Kidder and kicking it to Groning. It's short, and it's rebounded by Thrower. Well, it ended up in Thrower's hands. It was tipped twice. And off it goes now to Sakura. And she'll kick it out to Kidder, and they'll set the lineup. Kidder with 16, Thrower with 18. They average 39 a game. And they have 34 here, and we're still 13 minutes away. And a foul on Garrity, her first. And the third foul in the quarter on Big Bend. Sitting down for Grays Harbor is Angela Sakura. And coming in is Katie Brisboe. Estelle Wilson also in there. Kidder, Thrower. And the shot is no good. And also into the basketball game is Destiny Sunchild. That's the 5 on the court for Grays Harbor. Martinez, Johnson, Garrity, Groning, and Allen. And Thrower got another basket and a foul. Alexia Thrower has 20 points, 6 in this quarter, and Grays Harbor leads by 8. They have scored 12 in a row. It was 39-35, and they've scored 12 in a row. And the free throw coming as the foul is on Miranda Johnson, her third, and the fourth foul on Everett. Thrower, a 75% free throw shooter, hasn't been there tonight, and she got that one. 21 points for Alexa Thrower, and it's 48-39. So just like that, Grays Harbor has made this a 9-point game. But we know what Big Bend can do. They've put up big numbers this year. They are good three-point shooters, and they'll need some here to get back in it. And that one won't fall, and it's loose. It ends up in the hands of Garrity, who got fouled, and the ball will not fall in. The foul going to be called on Sunchild, her second, and the third team foul, and shooting will be Garrity. But boy, free throws have been a bugaboo for Preston Wilkes and the Vikings. They are just 3 of 12. And Garrity is 1 of 4. And she got that one. She's 2 of 5. She's a 43% free throw shooter, so she has struggled. And she's got a hurt left foot. You can tell, left angle. You can tell she's favoring it and trying to shake it and trying to get the pain out of it. But she focuses in and she hits both free throws. She has 9. And it's 48-41 Chokers as Big Bend now goes into a trap, but no problem for Grays Harbor as they break it, although they can't get the basket. And the ball ends up in the hands of Martinez, who got fouled by Estelle Wilson, and that's going to be her 4th. So Wilson with a reach-in foul, and 4 on Estelle Wilson, and she'll have to sit down, and Isabel Hernandez will come back in for Coach Chad Allen. And that is the 4th foul on the team for Grays Harbor. So both teams shooting now the remainder of this quarter, 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go. 7-point Choker lead. Garrity driving, laid it in. 11 for Garrity, and now it's back to a 5-point game. And a steal. Martinez behind the back dribble, ahead it goes. 2-on-1 for the Vikings, and Doherty gets it to go. And all of a sudden, it's 48-45. And the ball knocked out of bounds. 1:49 to go in the quarter. It's a 3-point lead. And they'll throw it in, and it's nearly intercepted again, but the Chokers get it. And jumping up from 15 and missing it that time is Brisboe, but an offensive rebound, and there's Kidder, and she gets it to go. 12 in the quarter for Kidder, and it's a 5-point edge. Doherty to Martinez, and they work it around to Allen. And now Sunny now right side to Miranda Johnson, going to go and drive past everybody and lay it up and in. 11 for Miranda Johnson, 50-47 as we approach the 1 minute mark. And a short jumper up and not good that time by Sunchild, and the Vikings can tie with a 3. Well, instead they take a 2 and it missed. From the free throw line, that was Martinez a bit short, and Thrower wants to run. One-on-one with Emily Allen. Spin move, and she got it. 52-47. Martinez kicks it. Miranda Johnson for 3. No good. Sunny with the rebound. No good. And it's into the deep corner, and Garrity runs it down, and she'll kick it way out front to Allen, back to Martinez. 32 seconds to go. About an 8-second difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Garrity driving, spinning, scoring. She's had a good quarter. It's 52-49, final 17 seconds, and the Jokers will have the basketball. Thrower trying to get it across the timeline. She does. And Garrity commits a foul, and that's her second, and that's the 5th foul. It'll send Grace Harbor to the free throw line. In a 52-49 game, shooting will be Destiny Sunchild, who has not been there tonight. She's a 62% free throw shooter with 8 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Chokers leading by 3. Sunchild's free throw is too hard. The Chokers are four of 7. And make it 5 of 8 as she hits that one. And it's 53-49 with 8 seconds to go. And it'll be Doherty shooting it at the buzzer. It's no good. She shot it way early, and no chance for a rebound. And that is the end of the third quarter. It's Grace Harbor leading Big Bend by 4, and we're back after this timeout.
I'm Deborah Jackson. I work at STCU. During the windstorm of 2015, we were expecting that members would need any number of things. I was talking with a colleague. It popped into my head that why can't we do something to help offset that cost for our members and our community? So that day we came up with the Get It Fixed loan. Everyone was on board with it. It was done that day. Being part of this community and involved and invested as we are, when we see a need like that, we take the action. I'm Deborah Jackson, and STCU is here for good.
As a financial cooperative founded by teachers, STCU is happy to support the students of the community colleges of Washington. You can join our not-for-profit credit union if you live, work, attend school, or worship anywhere in Washington. Final quarter for one of these teams, as Grace Harbor and Big Bend have battled back and forth. It is 53-49 Chokers. Big Bend with the basketball, down 4 against the zone as they try to get open for some threes. That's what they do. And Grace Harbor hoping to hold them off. Doherty from the deep left corner, not good, but an offensive rebound by Gronig, and they'll reset. They like that high post. Doherty driving, and they kick back out, looking for the best opportunity. Garrity inside, got it. Garrity has 15, and it's back to a 2-point game with 9:15 to go. That 3 is off the mark by Brisboe, and Big Bend can tie or take the lead with the triple. Doherty. They spin it around. Inside to Leah. She puts it up. It's no good, but an offensive rebound and a held ball. Possession to Grays Harbor. Coming back for the Vikings will be Sunny Martinez. And Bryn Drummond, who came in momentarily, will get a break. She spelled Sunny for a few minutes, and I would anticipate Miranda Johnson's return relatively soon, 53-51. There's a jump shot from the baseline. It's not good that time by Sikora, and here come the Vikings. They want to run, and it's underneath, and the shot is no good, but there'll be free throws by Emily Allen. She's only 1 for 4 tonight, a 68% shooter. Let's check the Grays Harbor foul. They have some serious foul trouble, do the Chokers. And they haven't put it up yet on the board. It's the first team foul, and the free throw is no good. The foul is on Angela Sikora, so that's a first on her. So one of the few Chokers without foul trouble, that's Sikora. And the free throws continue to plague Big Bend. And in the backcourt, that's going to be on Doherty. That's going to be her second and the first team on Big Bend. So each team with a foul. And it remains 53-51 as Emily Allen now is 1 of 6 from the free throw line. This Big Bend team came in shooting 75%. But really struggling here tonight, 5 for 16. There's a bounce pass underneath. Doherty ties the game. We are tied for the 8th time tonight. There have been 7 lead changes. And Thrower gets free underneath, muscles it up, missed it. Rebound loose, and it is saved in bounds, but Thrower's foot was on the line. And it goes back to Big Bend, and now Miranda Johnson will come in. Doherty will get a break as Coach Wilkes moves him in and out of there. They're all getting breaks, and they're all getting blows, and then they're all going to come back in at crunch time. 7:55 to go in this battle to see who gets to go to the quarterfinals. Martinez. And there's Garrity at the high post, back to Sunny for the lead. Got it! 13 for Martinez, and just like that, Big Bend back in the lead by 3. That is the 8th lead change, and at the other end, it's an easy basket for Sikora. Her first points of the game, and it's 56-55, and a miss that time. And here comes Alexia Thrower. Pulling up, shooting a free throw line jumper, no good, and the rebound into the corner, and Martinez runs it down. To the right side. Driving, drawn, and kicking Miranda Johnson for a triple. That's no good, and the rebound is out of bounds, and it will belong to Grays Harbor. Doherty back for the Vikings, and here comes Estelle Wilson, averaging 9.5 points a game, but playing with 4 fouls. She has 6 tonight, so it'll be Estelle Wilson replacing Isabel Hernandez. And we'll see what impact Estelle Wilson will have with Big Bend leading by 1 here in the final 7 minutes of the basketball game. Kidder to Thrower. She jumps it up from 17. It rolls off, no good, and the rebound to the Vikings. And here they come, Sunny Martinez. Running it up, left side, Miranda Johnson. Into the key to Doherty, and she puts it up and in. 10 for Doherty, and it's 58-55. Vikings by 3. And a trapping defense now as Thrower kicks it out. A 3 on the way by Brisboe. Rolled out, no good. And Estelle Wilson got the rebound. And another chance. And Thrower drives into Kidder. A reverse shot, no good. And the rebound comes down to Martinez. Vikings want to run. They feel like they have the numbers and the energy. And Doherty lays it up and in. She has 12. There's a timeout on the court. And Big Bend leads by 5. With 6:06 to play here in the basketball game. Back after this timeout.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Fans, be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. Well, the Big Bend Runnin' Vikes have taken a 60-55 lead with 6:06 to play. This is a 4-versus-1 game, and it took Big Bend all season and a win in the final game to qualify. A 114-110 win over Yakima Valley. They're here, and with 6 minutes left, they lead in their first game by 5. Can they hold on? There's a errant pass by Sandon Kidder, and the Vikings have the basketball with a 5-point lead. Martinez out front, guarded by Estelle Wilson. This Grays Harbor team has only 2 losses all year. 1 to Walla Walla and 1 to Lower Columbia. Doherty driving, got it. Monster fourth quarter for Doherty. She has 8, and it's 62-55. A 7-point lead for Big Bend, their largest lead. Thrower off to Sikora, banks it up off the glass and in. Sikora has 4, and it's 62-57 at the other end. It's Doherty again. And at the other end, it's Thrower. So back and forth we go. And it's Garrity underneath. And way out front to Martinez. That's no good. But Garrity got the rebound and scored it. 66-59 and a foul on Doherty. It's her third, but only the second team foul. 4:40 left, and Big Bend leads by 7. And this is the type of game that both of these teams play, up and down. It just took them to the fourth quarter to really do it, although the third quarter was a 24-23 quarter for Grays Harbor. They led by 4 coming into the fourth, and an offensive foul on Kidder, as hitting the deck hard is Johnson. They'll have to wait and see if she's okay. And the trainer coming out already. They are summoning Coach Preston Wilkes as Kidder commits her 4th foul, an offensive foul. But the thing that is most disheartening now is Miranda Johnson, and if she's going to be okay, she's up. But they will have to help her off as she is having, well, now she decides to go off on her own power. Her right foot is injured. She's got to come out of the game for at least a play because they stopped the game. And I think she's going to just walk over to the training area there. It's the tent area you can see on the right of your screen. She'll head over to the trainer, and Johnson will sit down with 4:31 to go in the game, and a 66-59 lead for Big Bend, and Miranda Johnson has 11 points. And the Vikings have the basketball and a 7-point lead with 4.5 minutes to play in this tournament game. And they immediately turn it over. And now coming back for the Chokers will be Isabel Hernandez. They'll take Kidder out of the game, and we'll see how long she stays out with those 4 fouls. They need her offensive punch. She has 18 points, second only to Alexia Thrower's 24. So here come the Chokers. They need a run here. And it's intercepted, but they throw it right back to the Chokers, and then Big Bend blocks a shot, but Grays Harbor gets it back again. Thrower driving, kicking it out. Brisboe missed the three, and the rebound comes down to Allen. And let's see what the Vikings want to do. Martinez out front. We're down to 3:45. And Grace Harbor, keep this in mind, they have not committed a foul. So they're going to have to commit some fouls to get into the bonus. And into the press table goes Angela Sikora. Again, Grace Harbor with no fouls. So if they're going to want Big Bend to shoot some free throws here eventually, they're going to have to start committing some fouls. So here we go. Martinez driving. This fourth-seeded Big Bend team from the East has a 9-point lead. As Groning scores, it just kind of shows the toughness of the Eastern region. Although North Idaho fell today, Columbia Basin won. The top seed Walla Walla is next, but the fourth-seeded Big Bend Vikings have a 9-point lead with 3:14 left. And the foul is called on Allen. So Thrower has the basketball back for Grace Harbor, driving into the key, putting it up, it's short, and the rebound down by Garrity. And the Vikings are 3 minutes away from advancing and pulling a huge upset, at least seed-wise, as they come in 20-9 to Grace Harbor's 25-2. And they'll run some clock now. And they call an offensive foul, I think, on Martinez. When you get into that passing game and screening game, you have a tendency to want to set screens that are not necessarily legal, and that's what happened that time, and they caught Martinez. It's her second. And the fourth team foul on Big Bend. They lead by 9, and the Chokers are trying to make a dent in this deficit. Three-pointer on the way, left corner no good, and running it down will be Emily Allen, and also Sikora. It's off of Sikora, and it goes back to Big Bend with 2:37 left. And they lead by 9. And Martinez in no hurry. Doherty. As Grace Harbor has left the zone to go to a man-to-man, they have to do that. And so Big Bend in the pass and screen. Driving is Groning, loses control. Doherty to Garrity in the key. She'll muscle it up. She got fouled. And so Garrity to the line. And the foul is going to be on Hernandez. That is her second. That is the third team foul on Grace Harbor with 2:14 left. Our next game comes your way at the top of the hour between Highline of Des Moines, Washington, and Walla Walla. And the free throw is not good by Garrity. The second one, she banked it, and it's not good either. And despite their struggles at the free throw line, Big Bend is 2 minutes away from winning this game as Thrower misses, and it's Garrity running it up. And now Coach Wilkes tells them to slow down things and get into your pass and screen and really your delay offense, and Grace Harbor's going to have to foul. Down to 150 unless they can get a steal. And they do with Wilson. And it's a tie-up at half court, and the possession arrow belongs to Big Bend, so they get a new shot clock out of it. With 1:44 to go in the game, Big Bend holds a 9-point lead. Martinez, guarded by Wilson. Kicking. Garrity going to fire it and hit it. And it is 70-59, Big Bend with 1:25 to go. This would be the first lower seed to win in this tournament. And Coach Wilkes has both hands up. He says, pull it out, run some clock, and there's a steal by Thrower. And she'll come down the court and go under the key and lose control. It's out of bounds, and it'll belong to Big Bend with 1:03 to go. And all Coach Chad Allen can do is watch as the Vikings are 1 minute and 3 seconds away from a huge upset here in the first round. They'll play Everett tomorrow at 6 o'clock in a semifinal. It's Doherty leaving it off for Garrity, and they'll just run some clock now. Allen, and a foul by Hernandez, and only 48 seconds remain. Big Bend trailed 11-9 after 1, 29-26 after 2. And Grays Harbor opened a sizable lead in the third quarter, but Big Bend fought back, cut it to 4 at the break between quarters 3 and 4, and they have turned it on here in the fourth period, only allowing 8 points. 70-59. And they'll run some clock here. 18-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Martinez into the corner. Doherty will drive past her defender. Missed it, and it's loose, and here comes Grays Harbor. Final 25 seconds, and they throw it away. And Big Bend will be able to run out the clock and get their 21st win. And they will get to go to the quarterfinals tomorrow night against Everett at 6 o'clock. They'll be in the final 8 of this tournament. And they'll face Everett here as they just dribble it out here. The final 12 seconds. Shot clock is off. And the Big Bend Vikings are going to get their first win here. The crowd, the bench is up. Coach Wilkes is high-tenning his people as the clock runs out. And Big Bend has won it by a score of 70-59. So the Vikings go to 21-9. Grays Harbor sees a tremendous year end at 25-3. Only 3 losses in their 28 games. Our next action is at the top of the hour. Walla Walla Community College and Highline Community College. Our final score, Big Bend 70, Grays Harbor 59. This is Mike Tatko. Have a good evening.